Hey guys, I am DC, your host of Barside Jive Live. Today is Thursday, September 26th. I'm so glad you chose to hang out here for my Thursday night show at the very cool Vokal Media Studios in North Dallas, Texas. This show happens at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time every freaking Thursday for you folks that aren't in Central Standard Time. And this show features some of the very best original singer-songwriters in the entire country. You can now download my shows on iTunes, Stitcher, and TuneIn. If you are listening to this epicsode as a podcast, you can watch it by going to vokalnow.com. And as always, it's vocal with a
K.
Absolutely it is, Bre. And click on Barside Jive at the top of the app, or you can always go to my YouTube channel where I archive all the shows, youtube.com/Barside Jive Live. This show is sponsored by
The Zoo
on Vokal,
the world's best rock, and can be streamed 24/7, 365 at vokalnow.com. Zoo Freaks get classic rock, deep cuts, B-sides, last tracks, stuff you never hear on FM. Plus, the big thing here is you can avoid all those back-to-back commercials. Here's the bottom line. The Zoo brings you more of the good shit and less of the bad. Tonight, I have singer, songwriter, and guitarist, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame legend Don Henley. I've got Chris Holt in the studio, but first, what a great show that was, man. And, you know, time just flew by so quick. Let's just do it again. On this day, 1969, the Beatles released Abbey Road. It was their 11th studio album and last album of new material that all four actually recorded together. Although Let It Be would be released later. Let It Be was the final album that the Beatles completed and released before the band's dissolution in April 1970. But most of the album had been recorded before the Abbey Road sessions actually began. Coincidentally, John Lennon gave us Walls and Bridges on this day. 1974 was the year. It was recorded in Los Angeles during his 18-month separation from Yoko Ono. Don't blame him for that. The album captured Lennon in the midst of the Lost Weekend, which was the 18-month period he lived in L.A. with his and Ono's personal assistant, May Pang. Walls and Bridges also feature Elton John, who came in at the last minute and added vocals and piano to Whatever Gets You Through the Night, Lennon's first solo #1 hit. Fun fact, guys, Elton John had bet Lennon that the song would top the charts. Never believing it would actually happen, Lennon agreed to perform live with John if it did. Having lost the wager, Lennon appeared at John's Madison Square Garden show on November 28th, performing Whatever Gets You Through the Night together with the Beatles, I Saw Her Standing There, and Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. All three tracks were later released on an EP, 28th November 1974. That was in 1981. Lennon later played tambourine on John's The Bitch Is Back. The Madison Square Garden show was Lennon's last major live performance. Guys, Motley Crue's Shout at the Devil was released on this day in 1983, which was their second effort and gave them their first charting singles in Looks That Kill and Too Young to Fall in Love. Shout at the Devil was the band's breakthrough album, establishing Motley Crue as one of the top-selling heavy metal acts of the 1980s. All right, David Bowie released his 19th studio album. Man, that's hard to believe. Outside on this day, 1995, which was a concept album about a futuristic dystopia. Yeah, dystopia. For those of you that don't know what a dystopia is, A dystopia is a community or society that is undesirable or frightening. Dystopian societies appear in many fictional works and artistic representations, particularly in stories set in the future. Don't feel bad. I didn't know either. I looked it up. Hell, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing dystopia right. But anyway, it's another story. Now, Ball Breakers saw AC/DC work with record producer Rick Rubin and bring drummer Phil Rudd back into the group on this day in 1995. Rudd had left the band during the flick of the switch sessions due to drug problems and his incompatibility with Malcolm Young. The Velvet Underground's Peel Slowly and See packaged their 4 studio albums with lead singer, guitarist, and principal songwriter Lou Reed, and previously unreleased material together inside a 5 CD box set on this day in 1995. How about this? Roger Waters, songwriter, singer, bassist, composer, best known for his role as bassist for Pink Floyd, on this day in 2005 released Ka Ira, I guess, an opera about the French Revolution. Okay, whatever. Tensions between Roger Daltrey and Keith Moon boiled over on this day in 1965, with the Who singer breaking the drummer's nose. Daltrey was fired from the band, but reinstated when it was determined that he was too valuable to the rising group. They brought him back. All right. Bre? Hello.
I should people to keep falling free and free for this.
What's going on, Bre Akers?
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Not a thing.
Oh, man. I bet you got some cool drinks for us today, I bet.
I do. This week kicked off fall officially, even though it's still like 100 degrees outside.
Yeah.
So I figured we'd start doing some fall cocktails.
Oh, today is the first day of fall, right?
Something like that. I don't know.
I think so.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll
I
go
heard
with
that
it.
somewhere.
Yeah, we'll go with it.
Yeah.
So everything's true on the internet, right?
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll
Yeah.
go with that.
Cool.
Yes. So the last couple weeks, we started talking about different bar tools, and then last week we started a series about each different spirit. So last week we covered gin.
Right.
And
that was tasty.
Yes, and I figured this week we would cover rum.
Rum.
So my cocktail for you this week, there you go, in your paper straw. I'm sorry, I didn't get you a real straw.
Oh, my gosh.
I know.
Chris loves straws.
Don't even get me started.
I knew this about you. I didn't have to read. I remember from last time.
Yeah, I do. And
All
the
right.
funny thing is, I hate paper straws
Oh.
even more than I hate plastic ones.
Oh, I'll take a plastic
I'm not
over
supposed
paper.
to say that, right?
I know, me either. I totally hate paper straws. But anyway, Bre.
Well, so what I have for you guys today for your paper straws is you just have some spiced rum. I made
That's
you
good.
I made you some homemade cinnamon vanilla simple syrup
Wow.
and apple
Sorry, guys.
juice.
And what?
Apple juice.
Uh-uh.
Yeah. So it's really easy. You can even sub in apple cider for the fall to make it more fallish. But
Wow, that's good.
it gets you in the fall mood, right?
Yeah, I'm fallish
Yes.
now. Yeah,
Yes.
it's awesome.
Well, now I'm excited to talk about rum.
Cool.
All
Talk
right.
about it.
So, if you guys do not know, rum was actually known as the first branded spirit ever. So,
Really?
yes. Fun fact.
Hmm.
When you're at home creating cocktails, if you are dealing with spiced rum, well, rum in general is actually made from sugarcane and molasses. It's once you distill it and all that good stuff, it comes out clear. So that's where you get your white rums from. If you have a dark rum or a spiced rum, that's actually coming from aging it in barrels. And a lot of them use pretty young American white oak barrels, and it gets the color and different flavors and chemistry off the wood. A lot of it's like vanilla, caramel, a little bit of spice. So I figured that instead of me spitting off a whole bunch of fun facts and everything, the way that I've always learned things is from my mistakes. So
yeah.
I figured today.
Oh yeah.
I figured
I
today.
second that motion.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
perfect, because today I figured we could all learn from DC's mistakes. So
We're not going to talk about them on camera.
So
They're bad.
I put this in a trivia format because I'm pretty sure you're going to get all these wrong.
Okay.
But
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe you've got like something up your sleeve.
Okay.
So if he gets it wrong, guys, learn from DC's mistakes, and then
Right.
you're going to know all these like cool fun facts about rum.
Okay.
So, do you know what the oldest brand of rum is?
The oldest brand?
Yeah.
Is this multiple choice?
I mean, have you drank a lot of different rums in your day?
No. I mean, I don't know what brands I drank.
All right.
I just
I'll give you a couple
Can't
choices.
remember.
okay. Give me some choices.
Captain Morgan, Bacardi, Mount Gay, Admiral Nelson.
Captain Morgan.
Wrong. Yes. DC is wrong, so everyone listen up. This is how you learn. The
Dadgummit. I hate
oldest
losing.
brand is Mount Gay. Is founded in
That's
Barbados.
what I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, right.
I already
Yeah.
knew that. I didn't
Everybody
think the question
pops
was
up
for me.
now.
So
It's
Yeah, whatever.
1703. 1703.
1703.
Yes,
Wow. Because the pirates drank a lot of rum.
they did.
Right.
There is kind of a question about that.
Stole a lot of rum. Oh, there was a question?
There's kind of a question of getting there.
Oh, okay. You're getting.
So-
I don't want to take over your segment.
Oh, God forbid. God forbid. Maybe you can get this one because there
Okay.
is some context clues.
All right.
All right. It is reported that this person had 2 drinks of rum before taking his famous ride. Who is that?
Paul Revere.
There you go. There you
Man,
I rocked one.
you rock, DC.
go. There you go. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. Throw another one at me.
All right. This next one we have actually talked about on the show before. So he really has no excuse to get this wrong. Sailors of the British Navy were given rum to prevent what disease?
Cholera.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Scurvy.
There you go.
I
There
knew it
you
was one
go.
of them. I think
But-
we've talked about both.
Right. We've talked about a lot of
Because
like
something
diseases.
something
on
kind
the
of cured
show.
cholera, wasn't it? Gin
Yeah.
that was used to cure cholera.
I think so. I think that's what. we
Damn it!
talked
See,
about
I
last week.
was listening.
Yeah, you just got it mixed up. That's all. You know.
Yeah.
So he's not a doctor, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's my second choice.
But do you remember what we talked about where it wasn't really the rum, but it was something else that fixed the scurvy? That they were mixing the rum with?
Gin?
No.
Coke.
I thought that would fix anything, a little rum and gin.
For sure. It probably does. But it's actually the lime juice.
Lime juice, right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Did you know that if you're like at a restaurant and you don't want to have to go to the restroom to wash your hands, you can just take the lemon and just use the lemon and wash
In the restroom?
No, at your table or your booth. Just wash your hand with the lemon juice, and it'll
Okay.
like kill whatever bacteria is on your hands. Do you know that?
I
Did
don't
not
know
know
if I
that.
completely buy that.
No, it's true. It works just like lime juice. It's lemon juice. It's,
Yeah, they've got
dis-
that soap that smells like lemon. So
no, you can take a lemon out of
yeah,
your
just-
glass and just
yeah,
rub it if you don't have anything else.
Yeah, but you know how dirty lemons and limes are and how many hands they go through before you dump it in your
Yeah,
glass?
but it's already in your glass. So what does it matter?
Right. So then why even wash your hands at that point? Because you're just drinking all the dirty stuff down.
Are you trying to make
Lemon juice
sense?
or lime juice all over
You
my
don't make
hands.
sense on Barside Jive.
I know. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. My
This is the wrong
bad.
show.
That's-
You're on the wrong show,
I
Bree.
know. I know. I just need another drink. I guess that's what
There
it
you go.
is.
There you go. Is that my last question?
No,
Oh, I
it's
got another.
not.
Okay, I'm ready.
Which U.S. president served a barrel of Mount Gay rum at his inaugural party?
George Washington.
That's That's actually right.
I knew it. If I remember my teacher's name, my history teacher, I would shout her out right now, but I don't remember her name.
But you remember George.
I remember George.
I'm sure your history teacher was definitely talking about rum.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, back in my day, they could. I guess they can't now.
Okay. Well, then maybe you know the answers to the rest of these.
Nowadays, all they can talk about is global cooling or warming or no, what is it now? Climate change. Yeah, I knew it was one of those.
Is that like the gender neutral term? Climate change.
Yes,
And
that's all
paper
they talk
straws.
about now. Yeah.
All right. I have 3 more questions for
3
you.
more. We better move on. Go ahead.
All right. Where is 80% of the world's rum sourced from?
Would be the Caribbean.
Kind of, yeah. But there's like a place specifically.
Oh, specifically?
Yeah.
Uh,
A specific country.
I don't know. You know? Chris, do you know?
Any
You know,
guesses?
Brad?
Cuba?
I was going to guess.
No.
Not Cuba?
Not Cuba. Not Jamaica.
Wow.
But it's kind of in the
Bahamas?
Caribbean?
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Really?
Oh, I should have got
Didn't know
that.
that.
I should have got that.
That was Bahamas.
So,
Oh,
next question.
next.
What is the name of the percentage of rum that evaporates while it ages?
Evaporates while it ages.
Yes. So, fun fact, guys. About 2% of each cask evaporates in France and Scotland, but actually most of the other ones that age in the Caribbean lose about 6 to 8%, and that's why they don't age it for longer than 8 to 10 years. But there is a special term for this,
Wow.
and it is called
Sad.
angel share,
Angel
because
share.
it just evaporates to the heavens.
Wow. Angel. It sounds like a charity.
I know, right? Well,
Yeah,
maybe that's what's really happening is people are just kind of taking some
Yeah,
off the top. And
probably.
All right, my last question
Angel
for
share.
you.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. The most expensive rum comes from J. Ray and Nephew in Jamaica. There are only 4 known bottles left, and they were produced in 1940. What do you think the going rate for the bottle is?
Oh, no. 100,000.
No. But it is $54,000 for a bottle of rum.
Really?
Yes.
54. Well, I was,
Stiff.
You're
Yeah.
close.
I was close.
Yeah.
I just had,
Yeah, just, anybody
I
can.
was $50,000
Yeah.
off.
Needless to say, DC is not a ideal contestant for Price is Right, but
That hurts. That's troubling.
but hey, you might do okay on Jeopardy. Like you're taking some solid guesses there. So
Mm.
Well, guys, that is all I have for you as far as rum goes. But there are a couple events this weekend that you can check out.
All right.
Right now, the last couple weekends, and including this weekend, Oktoberfest is happening all over the place. So for everyone in Fort Worth, good old Raw Brewing is having their 10th annual 5K, 10K Oktoberfest run with their costume contest and beer belly competition. So you should check that out. And
Beer belly.
yeah,
Oh
gotta
my
highlight everything.
Gosh.
And then
What do they think of next?
And then starting Friday for everyone up north, up here by the studio, McKinney's Oktoberfest kicks off, and that usually brings out about 50,000 people. So be sure to check that out. And that's all I got for you guys. So
Hey, how was the thing in Addison?
I didn't make it.
Oh, you didn't?
I did not.
Yeah. I almost
Sorry,
went.
guys.
I almost went.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, I ended up Sunday funding at home. And
Yeah, well, there you go.
sorry, guys.
I'm glad I wasn't planning on meeting you out there.
If I had to meet you, I would have gone.
You would have gone.
I know.
Well,
but yes, make sure to follow me on Instagram at It's the Tipsy Gypsy, or you can go to itsthetipsygypsy.com. if you've got some fun stuff you want us to try, I know a couple people have sent some stuff that we will be trying this weekend. Well, at least me personally. So
Oh, thanks. Leave me
Well,
out.
I'll bring you some. Good
Okay.
old. It's called Hango Help.
Ooh.
So,
Hango help.
Hango Help.
We talked about hangover helpers before.
We did, and this is something completely different.
Yeah.
So we're
Oh.
gonna try it out.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Can't wait. I'm excited.
But yeah, if you guys want to collaborate on something, send me a message on Instagram at It's the Tipsy Gypsy, and then I will see you guys Tuesday.
All right. Bre, thank you.
Thanks.
So good having you back.
Of course.
Yeah. All right, guys. We've got Christopher Holt here today. He is a self-described jack of all trades, and if you ask him, a master of none, but I know that's BS, okay, because I know the guy. But that doesn't stop him from trying just about everything. When he's not busy touring the world as a guitarist for rock and roll Hall of Famer legend Don Henley, the 5-time Dallas Observer Music Award winner, 3 of them for Musician of the Year, Christopher Holt juggles his time between being an in-demand multi-instrumentalist and a songwriter fronting his own bands while releasing solo albums in between. He's played on stage with legends such as Ringo Starr, Joe Walsh, James Taylor, Jackson Browne. Yes, I'm reading the whole list because it's freaking awesome. Stevie Nicks, Max Weinberg, Timothy B. Schmidt, Chris Stapleton, Lyle Lovett, Jamie Johnson, the Dixie Chicks, Martina McBride, Clint Black, Steve Earle, Patti Smith, just to name a few. If there were more, I would have read them off too. He's gigged and recorded with dozens of acclaimed artists from the DFW area over the past 20 years, including Big Mike Richardson, one of my favorite guys, and Sorta, The Slack, Rhett Miller, Cass Haley, Salim Nurala, Alospo, Johnny Lloyd. I hope I'm pronouncing these right.
You've actually
Rollins.
done remarkably well with the pronunciation.
Have I?
Yeah.
Shit, Chris, this is huge for me then. Johnny Lloyd Rollins and many others. Did I say Big Mike Richardson?
You did.
Okay. I want
We
to make sure I
haven't
throw
actually
him out
recorded
there.
together.
Big Mike Richardson. He's also been a longtime member of spot-on cover acts like Hard Day's Night, and those guys are great. Big Mike's Box Rock, Big Mike Richardson. I like Big Mike. I don't like to call him Big. He is big, but I like to just call him Mike.
He's my buddy.
He is.
He's my best buddy.
He is, and I love him. Band on the Run and Holt and Stockslager performing the music of Simon and Garfunkel. And they actually stay together, unlike Simon and Garfunkel. They're always fighting. Most recently, Chris has been on the road playing guitar with Rock and Roll Hall of Fame drummer Max Weinberg. And we all know he plays for what TV show?
Well, he was Conan O'Brien's.
Conan
band.
O'Brien,
But
long
he's
time.
also been with Bruce Springsteen for 40 years.
Yeah.
45 years.
E Street band, yeah. Additionally, he spent many years, Chris has spent many years as a dedicated teacher and mentor to budding musicians across the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex.
This is like the longest bio ever.
Wow. Okay, you guys aren't supposed to interrupt me. I'm on a roll
Oh,
here.
how does that feel?
I'm giving
how
a,
does that feel?
I'm giving a speech. Just wait. How's my speech, Jay?
He's not even there.
He's asleep. While being a husband and father of 3 kids. He's a busy dude. Chris plays a wide variety of instruments, including guitar, piano, bass, drums, pedal steel, lap steel, banjo, mandolin, ukulele, and harmonica. And I didn't know some of those. Anyway, he loves movies, roller coasters, dogs, Tex-Mex, and the Beatles. So we have a lot in common. Although the last couple of times I've called him to meet me for Tex-Mex, he's like been too busy or something. He gave me some
I was out of town.
He gave me some lame. No, you weren't out of town. He gave me some lame excuse, but it's okay. It's okay. He's a rising star, and I'm falling. He despises brown paper bags, and I should have brought him some, and straws. So I'm going to save my paper straw for him. Oh, and pencils. He thinks they're the worst. So, Chris, welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you. Is there any time left?
Yeah, we got 6 seconds. It was great having you, Chris.
Thank
Can't
you.
wait to see you next time.
Thanks so much for having me. I apologize for that.
No, man, you're good. So how's everything going? How's life?
It's good. It's great. Just staying busy.
Good. Staying busy doing what?
Playing a lot of music, recording, writing songs, being a dad,
Yeah, that's a full time.
traveling a bunch, and but just the usual for me.
Well, I knew, of course, I'm very familiar with your tribute and cover stuff that you're doing locally, and then I'm familiar with your work you're doing for Don Henley, and and of course I knew your family life is huge, but I didn't know about Max Weinberg.
Yeah, the Max thing came around earlier this year. A guy that I work with in a different touring band has been working with Max for a long time, and he recommended me to Max, and one day I got a call, and that's been a really fun
Wow.
gig. I've went out and did a West Coast tour with him last month, and then I'm doing a Canadian run with him coming up here in a few weeks.
Wow. Did you bow down and pay homage to whoever hooked you up on that with that gig?
Yeah, it was just kind of random luck, but I felt like I was in the right place at the right time for that, because I know a lot of songs, and Max was looking for a guy who had a really kind of comprehensive knowledge of rock and roll history. Because what Max does in his Jukebox show, it's called Max Weinberg's Jukebox, it's this massive list of songs. It's like 200 plus songs, and we just have to know them all. And he calls them. We never have a set list. He just calls them, or he takes requests from the audience.
Wow.
So it's a high pressure kind of,
Yeah.
there's a whole lot of, oh shit, what song is this,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's a lot of fun. And playing with guys like Big Mike have prepped me for gigs like that, because Big Mike will do that to me. Big Mike will just turn to me and be like, he'll
Let's
just
do
call a
this.
song, and I'll be like, dude.
Yeah. That's good though.
Yeah, so
That really,
it was just kind of serendipitous how it all played out. But
Yeah.
yes, I'm very thankful to my friend John, who got me the gig with Max.
Yeah. Thanks, John. Hey, and also, you've been very blessed. Being recognized for your skills, and then being asked to join Don Henley's band, that's huge. And now Max Weinberg. Those are some. You've been really blessed, man.
I've been very, very lucky.
Yeah.
I people ask me about it, and a lot of it is just being in the right place at
Yeah.
the right time. I don't think that I'm necessarily a better guitar player than 1,000 other guys who could do the job. It's just I happened to be there when the call came.
Yeah, that is awesome. That is awesome. So, Chris, give us, you have been, in my opinion, really blessed. And let me ask you to give kind of a thumbnail sketch, just if you can, a quick one, from like how you got started in music in the first place. How were you when maybe you got your first guitar, you started singing? What happened?
I was, my dad used to listen to a lot of music. My parents always kind of brought me up listening to music when I was a kid. And when I was 8, I guess, in 1981, that was when MTV debuted.
Right.
That was a really huge thing for me. I remember
Oh,
my
yeah.
older brother was like, pulled me into his bedroom and was like, you have to see this. And he just turned on MTV,
Yeah.
and then we just sat there for like 6 years.
Yeah.
Mesmerized.
Oh, I know.
Because all they did was show music 24/7 back then.
Yeah.
And so I was really into everything that was happening because suddenly it was just right on the TV in front of me. Got really into music. Eventually convinced my parents to buy me a guitar when I was 12. And, it took me a few years to figure it out and everything. But once I was, I guess about 14, that was the only thing I wanted to do with my life. And I've just been lucky enough that I've been able to keep doing it. I've had a lot of random jobs, but I've always done music as, I guess, what I would consider my primary focus.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually it got to a point where it could be my only focus, where I didn't have to have the other jobs.
Right,
So
right.
So I have been very lucky in that respect.
So were you like a lot of us? When you first got your guitar, you just listen to songs on the radio, just kind of pick them out, or did you take lessons what?
I tried to take lessons right when my dad insisted that I had to take lessons right when I started.
Right.
And I had a teacher who was a good guy and he was a good player, and I just was very impatient. I couldn't make my fingers do it, and so after a couple months I quit, and I was very stubborn. But then it sat in my room for a while, and I would just go pick it up every once in a while, and I stuck with it over 2 or 3 years. And then after I had kind of gotten over that hump of being able to play bar chord shapes and the stuff that drives everybody away from the guitar in the beginning, once I got over that, then I met a mentor who's one of the great guitar players on the planet, a guy named Sam Swank here in Dallas, and Sam took me under his wing and turned me into a guitar player.
Wow.
Yeah. And then, after he'd shown me a few tricks, he pushed me out the door and said, "Run along.
You're on your own.
Go figure
do
it
your
out."
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, do the rest yourself. Just practice. Yeah.
And that's really all it comes down to is you just spend time with the instrument. My son plays trumpet now, and I'm always telling him, I'm like, dude, just practice.
Yeah, just play.
Just the more time you spend actually caring about it, the better you will get at it, and the better you get at it, the more fun you'll have.
Right.
It's not fun when you suck.
Right. No, right. No one else
there's a
thinks-
reason a lot of people quit because they don't have any patience for
Right.
it. If you stick with it, you can see some progress, but you do have to put the time in.
And no one else in the house thinks it's cool either when you suck.
Oh, it's the worst, yeah.
Especially if you're a drummer.
Oh, yeah, it's the worst, if you're making just horrible noises and everybody's telling you to shut up. They're shaming you constantly.
I don't know, even if you're a good drummer, you suck if you're in the same house. Oh, man. Hey, let's play them some music. Do you want to crank something off live, or do you want to play something I've got in the system?
You tell me. When you
It's up to you. What do you feel? How are you feeling?
I can certainly sing a song if you want. You want to hear something old, something new?
It's up to you.
Well, yeah, I do want to tell you about this band that I'm playing with. Since it wasn't in my bio, it hasn't been updated, and I don't know why. I'm really.
You mean I left something out of that freaking
it just
encyclopedia?
means that it means that it wasn't included because I don't think about stuff like that. But I'm doing this band called the Bastards of Soul. It's a soul band, obviously. Our whole musical aesthetic is based around 60s Memphis, Southern, Stax Volt, soul, kind of Otis Redding, Al Green kind of stuff.
Right.
And we started out a few years ago just learning old covers, trying to figure out how to do it. We've got this great singer named Chadwick Murray, and it's a bunch of guys who have been veterans in the scene. It's Chad Stockslager, who does the Simon & Garfunkel thing with me. It's Danny Bayless, who was in Sorta with me, and who's everybody in Dallas knows Danny. So it's a whole group of these seasoned musicians. And after we spent a couple of years learning how to make soul music, then we started writing our own. And we just finished our debut album. We did it out in Fort Worth at a place called Nile City with a producer named Josh Block, who's in White Denim and who produced Leon Bridges.
Yeah.
And so it's basically the same team that made Leon Bridges happen.
Right.
We're really excited about this record. It's going to come out in a few months. It's already finished and mastered, and we're just trying to get the marketing machine going to promote this thing.
What's the title?
I'm a songwriter for the band and a guitar player for the band, but I'm not the singer. So it's interesting. I've been writing songs for someone else's voice.
Right.
Which is kind of a trip.
Right. What's the title?
The name of the record is Spinnin'.
Oh, okay, cool.
And the band is called Bastards of Soul.
Cool.
And you can find us on the internet.
Bastards of Soul.
So if you're going to play a track, then play the one that I sent you.
I've got the key?
Yeah, check that out.
Let's do it.
And then I'll sing you a live one after that.
All right. Well, this is Chris Holt. I've got the key on Barside Jive Live.
I got the key to your heart, and our love, it makes a spark shining down from up above. and all around running free. But your love will guide me home, and all I know is when I'm gone, that begun light I've always known is all I see, is all I see. You know I got the key, yeah. To your heart, and my soul is torn apart when you're out with someone new, leaving me. 'Cause you know I got the key, so won't you come on home to me, yeah. Come on, 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 come on. Hey, woo, I got the key, yeah. I got the key to your heart. I got the key to your soul. I got the key.
Wow, great song, Chris.
Thanks,
Good
man.
job,
Thank you so
man.
much.
You guys sound great.
Man, it's a cool band. I really hope more people will hear us in the coming year.
Right, right.
We got a lot of hopes for this record.
So you have a manager now?
Yeah,
for
we've
the
just
band?
got a team of guys that are helping us prep this release, and we're going to try to get out on the road and play some road shows next year and really push it. We're just hoping, I mean, I'm 46 years old, so I don't have any delusions about hitting it big one way or the other in the music industry. I mean, I've been lucky enough as it is, but
Right.
But this band has what we think is something special. We
Right.
think, and we're hoping that people will take notice of it. So
Right.
that's kind of where my head is right now. After all the other, after the solo albums and everything else, it's kind of cool to just be a guitar player and write songs that I don't have to sing myself.
Right. That's very cool. So you guys don't have any shows booked?
We do.
Live shows. Oh, you do?
Yeah,
already?
we do. Well, I think we're going to be at the Double Wide in Dallas next month, and I think it's on the 18th.
Okay.
Once again, I don't know my schedule, but it's something like that. Yeah, it's right before I go back to go to Canada with Max, and I think it's the 18th of October.
Okay.
At the Double Wide.
Okay. What's the best place for people to go to find out where you're playing?
Right now, if you find us on Instagram or find us on Facebook, there's a lot of updates about about what we're doing there. We are putting together a website. We just don't happen to have it up yet at this point. But yes, if you find us on Facebook, our schedule's pretty regularly hyped there.
Okay. Yeah. Very.
Bastards of Soul. So.
Very cool. Very cool. So you're going back on the road with Max when?
Yeah. I've got a few dates with him in early October, just some random stuff in the U.S. But then we're going to Canada at the end of October. And then I'm getting ready to do the Vets Aid again with Joe Walsh in November, which is going to be fun.
Yeah.
And then hopefully some more Don Henley stuff coming up after that.
So is he going to go back out?
Well, we're not 100% sure. We've had some one-offs, some short little things that we've done with Don this year, but we haven't had any. The last time we did a good tour was last year, and he's been out with the Eagles. So Don's schedule's been pretty busy.
Right.
But the Eagles are wrapping up this weekend. Actually, they're wrapping up their schedule, and they don't have anything else on the books. So I think a lot of us that are in Don's solo band are hoping that Don will announce some tour dates for next year, but we're just kind of waiting to see. And with my schedule being what it is, it's like I've got the Max thing, I've got the Bastards thing, I'm trying to get another solo album finished. I'm always on call for Don if Don needs anything. So, I'm just kind of on pins and needles to find out where I'm going next year.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, do you want to play something live?
Sure. Yeah.
Did you bring your guitar?
I did. Yeah, I'm working on a new solo record, but I honestly can't remember the lyrics to a lot of the new songs. That's okay. Well, you do like everybody else, just make them up. Yeah, just make them up as they go. I'm not sure they're that good to begin with, so the new ones might be better. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do one off the most recent solo record that came out a couple of years ago. Because I can do that without even having a pick. This is a song that it's kind of folky sounding, I guess. But I wrote it, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. It was before the Don thing happened. I guess this is like the 6th or 7th year I've been with Don, so it must have been longer ago than that. But it was when I was frustrated in my job situation, and I was kind of wanting to get out of it. And so this is about kind of being frustrated and wanting to quit the job that you're in,
right,
and find something new to do.
Right.
Anyway, it's called The Quest to Break Free. It goes. Oh, I must be slipping away. The slow and simple decay. Got some option to weigh. It's time to take it alone and leave behind what I've outgrown. I'm focusing only on my own. Make no big mistake, true colors have shown. Work, it's piling up daily, while my brain is gone sailing across the sea. It's waving back to me. I wanna break free. want to break.
Wow.
Thanks.
That's great, Chris. Yeah. That album is full of great songs.
Thanks. It's really loud on the record. That was the very quiet version of it. I was trying to think of something I could do without blowing your microphone out.
Right,
Because some of these songs are like,
Yeah.
some of them I sing really loud, and I was like, wait, I could do this all quiet.
Right. Yeah, you got some great. And remind me the name of that album.
Oh, the last solo record is called Stargazer.
Stargazer,
We've
right?
got,
It's
I've
a
got
double.
yeah, it's a double
It's
album.
a double album.
Double
Yeah.
vinyl.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, double vinyl. And if people, can they still get that album?
Yeah, totally. If you go to State Fair Records, which is my record label, statefairrecords.com, they have the vinyl for sale there. You can also get it on iTunes if you just look up Christopher Holt. All my whole solo catalog is on iTunes. You can stream it on Spotify. All that. I make more money if you actually buy it.
Yeah. So go buy it.
I make 2 pennies as opposed to half a penny.
Yeah. Right. That's about right too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spotify is not very artist friendly.
No pun intended.
It's the way of the world. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So we've talked about your schedule, but if someone wants to contact you, want to book you or just reach out for some reason.
Everybody seems to find me on Facebook these days.
Okay.
You can either get me through my artist page, which is Christopher Holt, or you can find me. Chris Holt is just what I go by. If you know all the people that I'm linked to that are my friends on Facebook, I pretty much just use the Chris Holt page, but I still check the artist page from time to time. There's been some confusion. I released a couple solo albums under the name Chris Holt back in the 2000s. In the last decade, whatever we call that, the aughts. But then there was another singer who put out a record whose name was Chris Holt, even though mine came out first. So I got frustrated by that, and I was like, okay, I've got to change. I've got to change it to differentiate between myself and this guy.
Right.
And so I made it Christopher Holt. So the last record was under Christopher Holt. So you can find my first 2 records under Chris Holt. Then there's Christopher Holt, and then now there's like a DJ in Georgia who's named Christopher Holt. And so I get all these people liking my Facebook page who think that I'm DJ Christopher Holt. And I keep, and we look very, very different. So I'll post pictures of myself sometimes, and I'm like, hey, this is me. This is not the DJ.
Right.
But anyway, I guess I'm not going to turn down their likes.
No.
I'll be like, okay, well,
Yeah, no.
I hope
Please
you realize,
like my page.
Yeah, I hope you realize who you're liking.
Right.
But yeah, find me on Facebook. For now, that's probably the easiest way.
Right.
So.
Right. Well,
Unless
Chris,
I give you my number, which I'm not going to do.
Right.
You have my number. You can have
Yeah,
my
but it doesn't me no good.
It's
I say,
not
hey,
true.
let's meet up for some Tex-Mex, man. And it's
we
like,
can meet up for Tex-Mex
all right.
anytime. You
We'll-
just
we'll
give
try.
me
Okay,
more
I'll
than
give
one
you
day's
one more
notice.
chance.
Give me more than one day's
One more
notice,
chance.
and it'll happen.
Oh, 1 day's notice.
I said
Okay.
more than one day's notice.
More
That's
than
what it
1
was.
day's notice. Yeah, 'cause that's right. Because I know who you are now. It's like, you're up here.
Oh, come on.
He's got to pencil you in.
He's got to pencil me in. Yeah, he hates pencils.
I do hate
He's
pencils.
got to pen you in.
Why do you hate pencils?
Oh, they just make me crazy.
Why?
The sound it makes, the sound it makes and then when they break, it's just like, oh, dude.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What's the deal with straws?
They just bug me. They get in my way.
Because they look like pencils.
And they're bad for the
It
environment.
looks like a
Yeah,
pencil.
they look like pencils. Yeah, it's a subconscious, it's this weird, yeah.
Oh, brother.
Yeah.
You don't like long round things.
Something.
I think maybe I poked myself in the eye with a straw once, and then I just never got over that. It's
There's another song.
yeah.
You
Right.
write a cool song about poking yourself in the eye with a pencil. Hey, let's play another one. We got time for one more.
Sure.
Which one? Madeline's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of a what's interesting about that recording is that it started off as a really folky. Like I wrote it for my daughter Madeline, my daughter Maddie.
Okay.
And when she was a baby, I wrote it kind of as this little lullaby. It was this real gentle kind of thing. And then when I took it into the studio, the guy that I was working with, the co-producer on it, he was like, yeah, that song's lovely, but I don't want to do it like that. Can we make it real noisy and stompy? He just kind of had this idea that we could turn it into like this glam rock
Right.
T-Rex thing.
Right.
And he and I was like, no, absolutely not. And I was just like, you're crazy. But he persisted, and he brought me this big fuzz face pedal, and he said, I'm going to plug this into the Les Paul, and I want you to play the grossest, nastiest
Yeah.
glam rock riff you can think of,
Right.
and then we're just going to cut this track. And we wound up doing it in like 2 hours. I mean, the whole thing, because I had the song written, but it was just this sweet little thing, and
Right.
then we turned it into what it is on the record, which
Let's play
was
it.
such a radical departure from how it was conceived that
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Yeah, let's play it. Here we go. This is Madeline, Don't Cry by Chris Holt here on Barside Jive Live. Awesome. That was Madeline, Don't Cry. Chris Holt. Hey, Chris, you mentioned T-Rex. I love T-Rex.
I did too. I was just reading,
Mark Bolan.
I was just reading a whole thing about Mark Bolan yesterday because I believe yesterday was the anniversary of his passing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love T-Rex, man. Yeah, what a loss, man.
Absolutely,
Oh, there's been a
yeah.
million of them. And they're like, every day it's like someone else. You know what that means? We're getting freaking older.
Dude, I know, man.
All of our guitar heroes.
I know.
well, not just guitar,
It
but-
bums me out, but
I
it's
know.
just that's just
It's life, man.
Yeah.
It's a cycle of life.
yeah.
Sing it, Elton. Anyway, T-Rex. They were awesome.
Fantastic, man.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm always happy to come chat with you.
Hang out.
It's good to catch up.
We're going to have to go eat some Mexican food.
Dude,
Have some margaritas.
I love the margaritas.
Yeah, we'll do
that
it.
all day.
We'll do it. I'll try again. I'll give you a couple of days.
You've
this
only
time.
tried once.
I'll give you a
I mean,
couple. I think
he's
I
being
tried
so dramatic,
twice,
but he's
but
only tried. He like
think it
called
was
me one
twice.
time like a year ago and said, "Hey, are you available?"
Yeah.
No.
I think it was a couple of hours I gave you.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm
That's-
here.
that's
Would you
just-
want
That's not enough.
drop on over?
It's not enough time.
Okay. I'll work on it. I'll work on it. But you tell Joe Walsh I said, hey.
I will. Does Joe know you?
I don't know. Not yet, but when you get through, he might.
You'd probably be like, "Oh yeah, did we hang out in the '80s?"
Yeah, right. 70s, Joe. 70s, brother.
But he remembers the '70s better than the '80s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you may do it.
Yeah.
I would think the 70s was like a blimp on the radar. Okay, guys, but Chris, again, thank you very much.
Thank you for
It's
having
always
me.
a pleasure. Yeah, tell Joe, tell Don, tell Max that DC said hey.
I will.
Okay. Hey guys, my featured cigar segment is brought to you by Old Grapevine Cigar and Tobacco Shop in historic downtown Grapevine, Texas. Today I am featuring the Tatuaje. I can pronounce that too. Havana 6 Veracruz. Coming draped in an Ecuador Habano wrapper encasing a Nicaraguan binder and long fillers, the cigar is a showstopper, boasting a pristine and oily wrapper. This cigar is medium to full-bodied and complex with hearty flavors of cayenne pepper, and I love cayenne pepper, in moderation. Chocolate and coffee with no residual harshness. Tatuaje Veracruz is a prime example of flawless bending and boutique manufacturing. This stick has received an awesome 90-point rating in 2018, noting a dark Robusto whose even draw delivers a smoke of dark chocolate and cherries with hints of wood with a toasty finish. Stop by Old Grapevine Cigar and Tobacco Shop and see Dina, Tom, or Kenny for a Tatuaje Havana 6 Veracruz, or let them make a recommendation for you. If you mention Barside Jive, you get 10% off your purchase. They also have a large selection of pipe tobaccos for you guys that do that. Coming up Saturday, October 5th, from 2 to 4 p.m. will be my next cigar and cider event that you do not want to miss. It will be on the patio at Outlaw Cider, 112 East Texas Street in historic downtown Grapevine, Texas. A $20 ticket will buy you a pint of Outlaw's legendary cider, a Tatuaje premium cigar, and an entry into our drawing. Tickets are available at Old Grapevine Cigar, Outlaw Cider, or through moi. And I've got final notes. Guys, do not forget to check out my Facebook page, facebook.com/Barside Jive Live, daily for my daily dose, because I'll be back with more history on the classic rock legends, just like I did at the start of this show. You can join me as I peel back those pages and explore the past, the present, and the future of the rock legends on my daily dose of rock music. If you'd like to check out my daily dose archives, go to my YouTube channel at youtube.com/Barside Jive Live. And look in the Daily Dose playlist for more. And please show some love while you're there and click that big-ass red subscribe button and subscribe for free. Limited time only. Just kidding. Also, I cover rock news and history during my weekly live Tuesday and Thursday shows at the Vokal Media Studios in North Dallas, just like I did tonight. Both those 60-minute shows are packed full of music and visual art, so join us, vocalnow.com. And as always, vocal with a
K.
Absolutely, Bre. Look for the Barside Jive image at the top of the app. Besides my Tipsy Gypsy featuring Bre Akers bringing beverages and tips from behind the bar on both weekly shows, we are featuring my Art Jive Live segment on Tuesdays, only on Tuesdays, guys. During this segment, I feature a visual artist once per month, and the remaining weeks, my creative director and artist, Brad Jensen, will be taking a deep dive into classic rock album covers of the 70s and 80s as we look at the stories behind the art. Thanks in advance, guys, for all your loves, likes, and shares. We love your comments. We read them all. Those are what really make all this worthwhile. Be sure to check out my Facebook page, facebook.com/Barside Jive Live, Instagram @Barside Jive, website, barsidejive.com, and YouTube, once again, for effect, youtube.com/Barside Jive Live. Remember that vocalnow.com is the home to the zoo as well as Barside Jive. Simply download that Vocal Now app from your app store, and besides getting your zoo freak on, you can get content like Barside Jive, Brad Sham, Rangers on Deck, Paul Kuharski, and Jim White's Whining and Dining. Whether you create music or some other form of art and would like to be featured on one of my shows, or maybe you'd like to sponsor or advertise, or maybe you just like to have some input into what we do here, shoot me an email at dc@barsidejive.com. My show today has also been brought to you by Hip and Hippie. Hip and Hippie is a planet-loving company known for its high-quality, earth-friendly, 100% recyclable candle line and natural body care products. It's no wonder eco-supporting people love Hip and Hippie, hipandhippie.com. I want to thank Jay and Jimmy, our production team. How's it going in there, Jay?
It's going great, DC. Thanks for asking.
Good. How was vacation?
It was good. It was very good.
Good.
It's a nice break.
Nice. Good. Good. We missed you.
Yeah. I was. I missed Bree's segment where she goes into her drinks. It's pretty. That was probably my favorite segment of the show, but as well as your guests as well. Those were pretty cool.
All right, Gaith.
I'm a big. Yeah. That was some cool songs. All
right, Jay.
Was really,
Jay, thanks
really
a lot. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that speech. Appreciate your speech, Jay.
Yeah, no worries. Anytime.
What'd you think of my segment?
I thought it was good.
Did you?
It was really good.
You smart ass. All right, guys. Well, we are out of here. So thanks again for hanging out with us this evening. Be kind to one another. Keep it real. Keep on rocking.
That's BarsideJiveLive.com.